Welcome to Paint and Breathe number 11 in the YouTube live streams. If you're new to my lives, welcome. My name is Jamie. I'm a mandala artist and teacher. Happy to answer any questions that you might have. No real plan for these lives, just kind of working on whatever projects we've got going on. And if you want to access the chat, either on the live itself or on the replay, just make sure you open up the app fully, and then you'll be able to access the chat. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. Again, whether you're watching the replay or whether you're watching live, if I can help you in any way, I will do my best to point you in the right direction. On my YouTube channel, I do have a tutorials playlist that has about 35 free videos that are very specific tutorial dot mandala technique based tutorials. So they are there if that is helpful for you as well, like full project ones, start to finish, kind of like an online workshop kind of idea. So if that's helpful for you, just know that that is there. Just go to my playlist on my YouTube channel and you will find it there. And thank you to everybody who has been watching, liking, or subscribing. It really means a lot to me. I'm really trying to learn how to grow my YouTube and see how things go. So I appreciate you guys being here. Hi, Cara. Hi, Tina. Hi, Debbie. And Kim's here too. Hi, Kim. Hi, guys. It's so good to see ya. How's it going? How was your day today, you guys? Tina, good to see you again. Tina hung out with me this afternoon on the Inspiration Deck Live on Patreon. It was fun. We actually were working on this piece. And just to give you a look at the different guidelines that are on this piece, a real quick snapshot, but this one's going to be a fun one. It's going to be trippy. Jenny, how you doing? It's good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I hope things are going good for you. I hope you're doing all right. Hope everyone has had a good day so far. Happy Tuesday. We are going to try and figure out where the hell I'm going to put stuff because this is so overrun with stuff. Okay, so let's start there. Let's move some stuff. Keep my glasses, move my ruler. Because we need to get back to Big Blue. Let's see, doing good, finishing up knitting, you're knitting your sweater, very nice. Good day, and it's raining. Oh, wonderful news, Kim, that's great. It's a good day, got to get back to working on your taxes. Boo, adulting, boo. Boo, boo, boo. Mom's doing okay. She's not feeling great, but she's doing okay. She's rested quite a bit today, so that's a good thing. I think she's really anxious for tomorrow to come and kind of see what's next, and I know she's apprehensive about it all too. So I think today is, and tomorrow will be, in some ways, or I think today for sure is a tougher mental day for her, I think. Those two statements don't usually go well together, but it looks like retiring has helped with a larger return. Very nice. That's awesome. That's good news. All right, so I'm going to just sit and kind of scan over some of these dots. What I was working on is this has been varnished with a matte varnish, and then I'm going over all the copper spots with a high gloss varnish. So I just need to do kind of a sweep over this and see what we still need to do to get this sucker done. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. I appreciate the love very, very much. All right, so I'm going to kind of just skim over these a little bit and have a look and see if there's anything that jumps out at me that I want to deal with. What happened was the first time I put these glossy bits of varnish on here, I didn't use enough of it, so the varnish shrunk, so it didn't cover the entire dot. There's a couple of them, but I did say the other night that at some point I need to let it go and not Not let making each single tiny dot absolutely perfect. I can't let it take over my life. So I think we're gonna be very, very close. I've got a couple things I know I want to do for sure. But I think we're very, very close to being done this. Then I'm just gonna have some touch-ups to do on the background for a couple spots where there was some varnish smudged, a couple cat hairs that got stuck in the paint that I gotta deal with. But otherwise, it should be almost done. All right, so unless there's something really big and upsetting to me, I'm just gonna skim over. Those ones look pretty good. All right, they all look pretty good actually. I feel like there's some over here though that could use a little bit. So what we're gonna do, there are some of these big swoops in here that have 2 coats of the varnish. And it is, which ones? This one for sure. I think this one. No, it's that one. Well, we're going to do a little bit more on these big swoops and see how it goes. So the biggest thing that I've learned on this project is, well, there's a few things. Number one is I made my life so difficult by doing this process. However, it looks cool, and I've done it on smaller projects, and I think it is an incredible technique to play with. But you got to know what you're getting into. And you know what? Maybe if I do this a second time with another piece, I've got another one that we've got to do a few, but it's not as involved with this many dots. If I were to do a second piece, I think I know a little bit more about what I'm doing, so I hope that it would go a little bit smoother. I would hope. But that remains to be seen. So I'm gonna zoom you out for a second, give you a quick look at the entire piece. Kind of looks like an X-Wing fighter right now. Not intentional, no copyrights. But I'm gonna turn you this way and bring you down here. I will still be able to see the comments, but I think that the stand will be a little bit more stable. Maybe not shake quite as much, and I can still see the comments. So I'm gonna zoom in. So do you see on this one where there's this little ridge around the outer edge? That's what I'm trying to camouflage, cover up, all of those kinds of things. All right, let's go. Anybody doing any painting while I'm painting tonight? It must feel so good to have that rain, Kim. That must be such a relief. How's everything going, Debbie? How are your projects coming? I know you've been working on projects to get them done. How are you making out? How goes the battle? And Tina, were you able to do any painting this afternoon after the live today? For anybody new to my lives, please just know that while I'm working, I can't always see the comments right away. I'm at a good angle that I can see it when I'm sitting up straight, but when I am down close to the canvas like I am when I'm painting, I can't always see the screen on my phone. So if it takes me a minute or two to answer your comment or question, please just know that I will see it. I will pause on a very regular basis to go back to the comments and scroll back and catch up on anything that I've missed. I feel like that's really goopy in that corner, and I don't know why. Makes me wonder if it's not level. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more because I want to load it on. I want it to be nice and smooth if I can luck out for that. That should self-level. If I stop messing with it. So I need to stop messing with it. All right. We love the rain. I always love it when it rains at night and it's coming straight down so you can have your windows open and hear it. Oh, so peaceful. Just cleaned up from painting. Lovely. What did you work on? Hey, Gabrielle, how you doing? Car's going to start painting the birdhouse tomorrow. Almost done with your sweater. Just got to weave in your yarn tails. Oh, fantastic. That's awesome. Mostly done, except for sealing and some resin work. But today I'm getting rid of all the paperwork except IDs. Good for you. Good for you. You got a lot to do. That's awesome. This is not going the way I want it to over here. There, that's better. And then I gotta add some more back in here. Now you self-level and let me move on. There we go. Okay. It's a lot like coloring. Ooh. All right, let's add some varnish onto there. And glop it on. Okay, now I'm just kind of trying to coax it into the spots where I want it to be. There we go. Okay. Now we are going to turn this way. Okay, let me catch up again. Working on a Jenna project. Nice. Jenna's got great projects. She's so creative with the stuff that she comes up with. So hard not to start a new project, I bet, Debbie. That's got to be so one hell of an exercise in self-control. I'm so proud of you. It's so hard. I know. I miss Audrey having the snooze up on the table with us too. I'm gonna try and get things cleared up a little bit and make some extra room so that she can hopefully come up with us again. Get her spot on the table all cleared off. Because it would be nice. I loved it when she was up here with us. Hopefully she will again soon. Kim, I haven't mailed your painting yet because I realized I hadn't varnished it yet. So it is dry. I've got another coat to put on tomorrow. And then I will be able to, I want to leave it for a couple of days to really dry really well to make sure nothing sticks to it. but it will be coming soon. How's the box doing, Kim? I miss that box. I'm glad it's there with you, but I miss it every once in a while. I'm like, oh, I sit and think about it. It was so pretty. um, why are you all snarly over here? I don't understand. Don't be snarly. Just do what you're told. All right. Well, that's better. I think that is going to even everything up. So we are going to, there are a couple little dots here and there. We're going to do one more pass over the edges and see how it looks. Why did it look so much better when I looked at it yesterday? No, you know what? I'm not going to mess with it anymore. I think I just need to let it dry. And I think I need to deal with the varnish in the background and the splotchiness in the background. But I think, for all intents and purposes, Big Blue is finished. Except there's still five things to do. But finished, yay! All right. What are you? Where are you over there? Okay, it's not stuck by paint. Phew. Yeah, so I've got a couple little touch-ups to make. That's fine. And then we have another piece that we have to do some of this varnishing on too. So I will go and grab it, put this on the table in the other room to sit and dry. And then we go. Thanks, Kim. Oh, the new Deco Art colors? That's cool. That's fun. Do you already have ideas for projects that you want to do with them? Do you have a favorite or any favorites of the batch? Of the set? Thank you, Tina. Lovely. Use it every day when you paint. I keep my pen and tweezers in there and my glue dots in there. Oh, that's so good. I'm so glad. Oh, that makes me happy. I'm so glad. All right, I'm going to go grab the other painting and we're going to keep going here. All right, I will be right back. Yay, Big Blue. All right. Now, I'll just wipe it down really quick. And it's this bad boy. Is Barb here? Hi, Barb. Lavender lace, of course, but they're all pretty. That's awesome. Oh, that's fun. I can't wait to see what you do with them. Ooh. All right. So this is another one that I've been adding the gloss to. And we've got some touch-up stuff to do here in the middle. And I'm not completely sure how to do it. So we might try and figure some of that out today. How's it going, Barb? What's new? Now, some of these dots in the middle have had the high gloss already on them. Some of them have not, so I have to figure that out. And then I had to do some touch-ups in here, so I think I actually need my varnish, because I think I need to varnish this section with the matte again, and then I'll come in and fix it after. So let me just grab my matte varnish, one sec. I decided it would be a good idea to go through my cupboards looking for my varnish without putting my glasses on and without turning a light on. So I apologize that it took me so long. All right, so we need a paintbrush. We're gonna go with this one. Nothing new. Think I have a bug. Oh, yuck. Those kids. Always wanting smooches and love. Oh, I hope you feel better soon. I hope you feel like yourself soon. All right, so I'm going to go over this with matte varnish. I feel like the problem might not be the varnish, and it might be my touch-up job with the background color. But I'm hopeful that maybe when this dries, that might take care of some of it. You see over here where it's a lot darker, that's the spot where I'm having an issue. But again, I might not worry about it, but I'm honestly not sure. Because when I look at it from up here, do I notice it? Yes, I notice it. It sticks out like a sore thumb to me. Does it stick out like a sore thumb to you? Let's wait and see after. Now, if I'm not going to be able to do it all, is there a point in working on this one now when all I need to do is out here? And then I'm just going to be left with a spot that I'm going to have to go in and deal with later. That might not be the smartest thing to do. All right, so second thought is, well, I could do a second coat everywhere else, but I don't know that I need it. I really don't know that I need it. I don't think it needs another coat everywhere else. It's just those center dots. And I feel like some of those I'm just going to have to redo somehow and get my paint out again, because they're just irritating me. But that being said, I don't think there's anything I can do until that stuff dries, and then I can go in and start figuring out what to do next on this one. So I am going to put this one aside, and we will think about what's next. Oh, we could work on that one next. All right, there we go. I already know what we can do next. I'm just going to move this and we will start painting. Well, we have to stir some paint, but we're getting there. We are getting there. And while I'm standing up, I'm going to open the blinds and maybe we'll get a nice view of the sunset. My windows are filthy. Ew. Yeah, I need to clean my windows. All right, so let's work on this piece which is a color variation and a size variation on this piece. We're making it larger and with a different color grade. It's also the same design I used on these little ones, but we're making it bigger. So everything from these walking dot petals here going out are new to this design. So what we need to do first is mix up our paints. Oh, wrong end of the palette. We've got our paints over here. And then I'm gonna tape this lid backwards. Oops. I'm waiting for when I pick this up to wrap the tape around it and I send the whole thing flying. It's just a matter of time, I think. All right, so we gotta stir some paints here. Let me scroll back. Sorry. Just underlying 15 days now, but I'm still moving one foot in front of the other, otherwise drag behind me. There you go. I hope you feel better soon. The rainbow brushwork piece is very old. I want to say it's got to be close. It's got to be a year old now. It's got to be, I think. On the corners of the rainbow piece, no, I'm not going to do anything in the corners on the rainbow piece. The grayscale is nice, eh? So I started with, I thought about doing something in the corners, but I felt like the design went right to the very, very, very edge of the canvas and took up so much space. I thought for this one, we'll leave the corners empty. I do want to paint on some of those gallery thickness canvases though, and paint the edges. You guys seen where Christina Lee will go over the edge of their canvas, those thick canvases, and she'll paint the sides too? I want to do some of that. I think that'd be cool. Yeah, I don't think it needs anything else. I think I just need to figure out those stupid dots, and that should be better. So this is the color that I started with. It is called Crushed Stone. So it's this darker kind of taupey beigey gray. So let's give these a stir and see how they're gonna do. So this one was supposed to be a metallic. I'm still using it as the lightest color. But whenever I paint with this color, I'm going to be doing top dots or top swoops in Mirage Bliss Drops. So on this piece, if we zoom in, you can see the Mirage right there on the center dot. I did dots on these walking dots out here, and then we did a really subtle top swoop on here as well, just to brighten it up a little. So we've got a lot more to do on that. Lots and lots and lots. But I think it's a really soft color. There's been so many pieces that we've done lately too that I've thought this would be really cool in grayscale, and I thought for some reason I didn't want to do like a harsh, black paint, add white and get your grayscale that way. I wanted something, I don't know, just a little softer maybe, I guess. And this has fit the bill quite nicely. So it's a folk art paint and it's called Crushed Stone. It is a thick and ornery bitch, though. Let me tell you. You know how those folk art paints can be quite ornery sometimes? This is one of them. You know, when they get those thick and thin spots all at the same time. Lots of stirring needed. And I'm going to add a few drops of matte medium. So this isn't matte pouring medium, it's just matte medium, but it does the same kind of thing. I don't know enough about it to know what the actual difference is, but it thins the paint and keeps the matte finish, and that's what I needed. So there we go. Would they? So this piece is going to be a written pattern soon. So you guys that are Symmetry Seeker members on my Patreon, you're going to get this pattern for free eventually when it comes out. And yeah, maybe that picks the colors for you already. How you describe your dog, Lulu? Lulu, don't listen to her. You're perfect. Poor puppy. That's already good consistency, so we're good there. Paint booger management. I do like this palette, and I think if it would be perfect if I was doing like a really big piece, because it holds a lot of paint. It does. This is nowhere near the amount of paint. You know, like it's so much more paint than I am gonna need for this project. But that's all right. But it's just, yeah, I don't think I'd use this for a small project again. I gotta get my paint pots taken care of. Let's see. All right. You move out of the way. Get in there. All right, so we need to figure out what we're gonna do next. So that means I need to get paper towel and I need to wet it and put it over top of the paints so that I don't have to undo my tape and so that my paints don't dry out. So there we go for now. All right, so in here we can do a couple of things. One of the things that we can do is, if I can find it, we can do some bliss drops. There it is. We'll do some Mirage bliss drops for some of the top dots that still need to be done. We'll zoom in and do those first. I am going to put some in my palette because there's some that I want to do that are fairly small. Yeah, actually, screw it. All right, so we're going to start here. No, we're going to start... This one's super tiny. So there's a little bit of paint sticking out of the bottle, and I'm just letting it barely touch the surface to get those tiny, tiny dots. I know you can't see them on camera very well, but as we go out, it's going to be such a subtle difference having these dots on here. And it'll be more dramatic depending on what colors you use. All right, and here. Sorry, I just heard a noise. Wanted to make sure it wasn't Miss Audrey. Okay. All right, so now we need to decide what we're gonna do in between these walking dots. Now I had thought, oh, that's right, I was gonna do 2 more rows. That's right. So what I'm gonna do is these have 3 rows of walking dots now. I'm gonna do 5 rows. And then when we get out to do the swoops around the edge, that should fill up the rest of the canvas quite nicely. And because this chunk here is quite big, I'm okay with making these big and then going from there. So that's what we're gonna do. So that means I need dotting tools with the big balls. I think it's gonna be you next. Get out the ones with the big balls. All right. So I'm gonna turn you this way. Bring you down here again. And then let's see what we can do here. All right. I need to start up here. Whoops. Even when the guidelines are there, I find that when I dot close to me, so if I do this dot, I'm not going to center it properly. I'm going to get it off the line a little bit somehow. But I'm just not going to get it placed right. Whereas if I dot across from me somehow, I can visualize that straight line a little bit more. This original design was done with a stencil when we were playing with stencils in the Inspiration Deck lives for a little while. It was fun to take some stencils and just talk about all the different ways that you could paint something with a stencil as a guide. All right, here we go. Mm. This is the part where you can sink in and kind of meditate some time away almost. Sometimes I find that I can't stand walking dots. I have such a love of swoops that I think sometimes when I'm doing walking dots, I'm just so anxious for them to just be done so I can get back to doing swoops or something else that I want to do. But when I am in the mood for them and I sit and I can kind of just let myself relax into them a little bit, I definitely am able to appreciate them a lot more because they're really cool. I remember the first time I ever saw them when I was starting to watch videos on painting dot mandalas. It was probably a Lydia May video. And just watching how it was done, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so, in my head, I'm like, that's so simple and yet so, looks so intricate. And yeah, I don't know. It was just neat. I remember being very impressed by that when I was first starting, and as well as top dots and the color grade top dots. What were the things when you guys first came across dot mandalas, whether it's just appreciating them and liking them as an observer or painting them yourself? What is the thing that you remember looking at it and going, oh my God, really? That's how they do that? I can do that. Do you guys have anything like that? There's something on the end of my tool. There must be some built up. Yeah, there was some built up paint there. I've been lazy when it comes to cleaning my tools. So there's a little extra buildup that shouldn't be there. Barb said, for me it was intriguing. I was determined to try a talent. Yes. Tina, in the beginning, I thought it would be so easy to do. I was wrong. It does, when you see people do it, it looks so much easier than it actually is, right? And still learning is key. That never stops. That's never going to stop, right? Never, never going to stop. And I think that's something that, you know, can sometimes be at least part of the reason why some people might not continue with something, right? Because it's like, oh, how come I can't get this? Well, it's not that you don't get it. It's not that you don't know how to do it. It's not how you don't understand it. It's that you're not happy with your own skill level yet. You want to do more. So that just means you need to spend more time doing it. And you either enjoy it enough to continue doing that or you don't, right? And that's the thing that's so crucial in any of it. Can you succeed at things that you don't like? Absolutely. But it's going to be so much easier if it's something that you do like. I think next time too with this color grade, I probably would add a little bit of chocolate brown to the darkest shade of the taupe. I really like it, but I think there's not quite enough of a difference. Like I can't really see a sharp color grade on these ones. Now I'm going to add to that a little bit though, because when I do I'm going to do Mirage Bliss Drop top dots on the inner row and then the final outer row of walking dots, or the one that we're going to do here. We're going to do that for sure. Is it this one? What's next? Let's do this one. All right, so now we are going on to our lightest color. Make sure there's nothing on this tool that's going to get in the way. I was watching those vids posted at 10 times speed and doing, I did the same thing. It was like when I first saw Art of Points do a swoop real time. And I just went, oh, that's how slow I'm supposed to be going. Mm-hmm. But it's constantly happening, right? And we're constantly changing how we're doing things as we're learning them. Mm-hmm. Let me zoom out a little bit more. What the hell? What did I just hear ring? Sounded like someone's iPad or iPhone rang. Weird. Yeah, totally a rude awakening. You're like, oh, okay. I'm gonna go back to this tool size, I think. But you know what? That's why it's so good to watch so many different people so that you can get as many different perspectives on how to do things as you possibly can. Gives you different ways that you can try so you can figure out what works well for you. So much more experimentation than I ever understood that there was going to be. But get comfortable with that experimentation too. And just when muscle memory kicks in, someone finds new tools or paints or designs. Exactly. And that's a really good point. You know how to go slow, right? And I think that's going to make the transition every time somebody, does come out with a new tool, technique, something to try. Even just a different surface to paint on is going to change some of the muscle memory that you draw from, right? But if you know that, hey, I know that this is going to be fine, I just need to take my time, it probably saves you time in the long run while you're learning the new thing. Compared to if you just barreled through and got frustrated, right? We just barrel through and say, hey, this is either going to work or it's not. Let's find out. Okay. That's better. I like the size of those. So yeah, on this row and on the row right around the center dot of these petals, I'm going to do top dots in Mirage. So that'll brighten those rows up a little bit, and I think that's going to look cool. I feel like that's what I want. You also have the knowledge that you can accomplish it eventually. Exactly, right? You're like, I know I can do it. I just got to go through what I know I need to do to learn it. It's going to take time. It's going to take practice. I know to kind of listen and feel for how much fun I'm having. All those different things. Every time you try something, you're going to learn something, right? There is clarity to be gained from everything, even if the clarity is, I don't like this. I want to do this differently, right? It's about measuring success in a different way, right? It's what clarity did I get from this? Do I know what to do going forward? Do I know what I want to do going forward? Do I want to do something different? And following it. Okay, so now we've got to figure out what's next. Let me dampen that paper towel again. And I'm going to sit and stare at this for a few minutes with you guys. And see what we think. I'm going to maybe do... No, I was going to start doing the walking dots, but I'm going to wait on that for a second. But that is going to happen soon. Now... I'm thinking. So it's going to be more swoops, obviously, because that's just what I do. It's just a matter of the shape. Do I try to replicate? This looks like, when I'm looking down on it and through my phone, this looks like the shape of like a stingray. That's kind of cool. I like that. So I could do that again, though, very easily. Just need a larger dotting tool. But I could do that. I could start the dark that started here. I could start it right at the edge here. And bring it down to here. Could do that. That could work. I gotta draw this out. Because if I want them to come up on an angle like this, then what I really want to do is I want to start at maybe here. And then maybe here. And then it would come, the next one would come up here. And then another one here. And then we could do the final one there. And then in here, we could put those rounded swoops here, right? Like on the other one, like those, and pull that back out to here again. Oh my God, I'm zoomed out so far you can't even see. I'm so sorry. If we do that, and then we can place one of those in here, and then we can do walking dots down this way, down to here. We'll do a large dot here, and then we'll do walking dots down that way. What do you think? I think that could work, eh? Let's see. Let's try it and find out. That's all we can do. All right, so darkest beige. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Now, I just want to quickly mark where my guidelines are here. Just a little bit. I can't see the guidelines are gone. They're erased enough that I can't really see them too well. All right, let me catch up here. You like it? Yeah? Ooh, it would look nice for a clock, eh? Good thing I have 12 more of them sitting in my cupboard. We can do that. Hi, Lorna. How are ya? All right, so let's go back over this way. We're going to start here, and we're going to zoom in. And let's see what we can do here. So we want this one to start just above. There. Whoo! It's a big swoop. Whoop. All right, I need my pointy tool. Not good, bad day. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Lorna. I'm glad it's better now that you're here. I'm glad you're here. Glad we're here to hang out with you for a bit. And I hope you have a better day tomorrow. Oops. That one a little squiggly at the end. We're doing okay, thanks, Lorna. We're doing all right. Got a doctor's appointment for Mom tomorrow, and hopefully we'll have some more answers then. But we're doing good. Miss Audrey is out of her hoodie today. She has to wear this little sweater, right? Because she has this bald patch on the back of her neck, and so she wears it so that if she scratches, she doesn't rip through that skin. And she wears it 24/7. And when I washed her hoodie today, I didn't have another one to put on her. And so I let her be naked for the day, and she's been so happy. She's been just spread out, just loving life. Having some of the best naps of her life today, I think. So Audrey is doing good. Yep, some days are better than others. You got that right. Well, hopefully tomorrow will be one of the better days. Or if not tomorrow, one day very soon. But I hope it comes to you fast. All right. All right, let's just clean up this edge here. We've got one more to do. Now what I'm going to do, because I forgot to go in with my eraser, is I'm just going to go like this with a cotton swab. Get a little bit of buildup off of there for me. Make sure they're not too thick and in my way, and the rest will come off when I remove the guidelines after the painting is done anyway. Thank you, Lorna. I appreciate that very much. All right. All right, let's do a zoom out. We'll see how these look so far. All right, so first wave of the swoops. We'll get the next ones done. And that is going to be to pull them down this way from across from me. Thank you, Lorna. Much appreciated. I've been starting to work on more designs that are going to be for step-by-step written patterns. And So instead of completely reinventing the wheel, I started going through old things that I had lying around that have really pretty designs on them that I could use to create a pattern. So this one started off as a really tiny little piece that we did while we were playing with stencils one night, and just made it a little bit bigger. So this was the original. And so then we just played with a little bit here. There's a couple more things actually off of that one that I really liked the look of that I'm gonna try and add into this a little bit. It's pretty, isn't it? I like it too. Mm-hmm. Ooh, wind's picking up. Here, the window's shaking a lot. That flap in the living room is always making noise, but the windows in here shaking is interesting. Oh no. Oh good, I fixed it. Okay. Phew. And I didn't stick my hand in any paint. I just said that too soon. I'm gonna jinx it. Is that a bubble or a paint booger? Bubble. Excellent. Bubble. One thing I don't do enough is go back and look for bubbles. If you make it a part of your process to, every few dots, go back and look at what you've done, and while the paint is still nice and wet, get in there and pop any bubbles. You won't get little divots in your piece when they rise to the surface and pop on their own. Sunset was around, I want to say 7:30 now. Somewhere around 7:30 maybe. It was after we started. Might have even just been a few minutes ago. Oops. One more, and then we go to the next lightest and do the next swoops. I feel like I put my hand in some paint somewhere, but I can't see any paint on my hand, and I can't see any spots that I squished. My hand feels... I bet you I hit a drop of varnish or something, maybe. Are you heading out, Gabrielle? I know, we missed it tonight. I'll make sure I spin it around next time. All right, let's try the next ones. need to add more medium, I think, to this beige. Yeah, I need to add some pouring medium, I think, or some fluid medium. I'm just going to make it a little bit more of a watery paint so that I can drag the paint hopefully down the canvas a little bit further. Sorry for the shaking. I always remember the day when our friend Lay told us that she mixes up different consistencies of the same color of paint for whether she's doing dots or swoops. The more fluid the paint, the better for swoops. Granddaughters and daughters all went to the ROM today. Oh, lovely. ROM's a cool place. The ROM is the Royal Ontario Museum here in Toronto, Canada. It's a really neat place. That's very cool. Did they enjoy themselves? Did they go for a particular exhibit or just for something fun to do? It's March break up here too. So all the kiddos have some spare time. All right, how we doing? We doing all right? Thank you, Cara. Much appreciated. Taking your granddaughters when they were little. That's cool. That'd be fun. That one's really jagged. Let's fix that. My initial idea on this one for an accent color was to use like a pink, which would be really pretty. But then I realized it would be yet another painting I have that is following the color scheme of Neapolitan ice cream. It just seemed wrong to me. But maybe that's something that we do one day. We're going to paint mandalas inspired by our favorite food. Or by our favorite ice cream flavor. You need to be a bit chunkier here. One more. Oh, your daughters. I'm sorry. I thought I misread that. Your daughter just got over pneumonia. Wow. That's scary stuff. That's fun. That's a nice memory. All right. Fix that edge. Last time I went was, I think, 2018. And before that, I probably hadn't been since high school, like a high school trip or something. Oh, that's okay, Lorna. All right. Oh, that's bumpy. Why? All right, we're going to use the pointy tool for the rest of this one because that's going to be ornery. Look how bumpy that was. So, Debbie, are you already starting to dream of what project you're going to work on when you move and you can start something new again? This is my happy place, doing swoops like this. Honestly, right now I'm fighting some, oh no, with just so much. That's so much overwhelm. Is there anything we can do to help you, Debbie? Oh, I missed an entire swoop there. Oops. All right, well, let's do that one. Well, definitely don't want to add to that anxiety. I'm sorry, Debbie, that's hard. Just know that we're here for you. I know there's limits to what we can do for you, but we're here for you. The yarn aisle's your happy place and your craft table, yeah. Yep. I feel ya. Oh shoot, I just got paint all over that. All right, let's try again. Oh, that's so sweet, Kara. I've got to remember I'm supposed to be writing all of this down. I'll remember, right? When I go to write this out, I'll remember. Passage of time and knowing the outcome of the custody hearing will help. Yeah. That's the thing. It's a short amount of time, but it's still absolutely forever when you're trying to get through it, right? And it's also not any, just so no time at all. Yeah, when does that happen again? All right, I need to take a quick drink. Thursday. Oh, wow. All right. Good vibes. Just get to Thursday, get your answers, and know what's going on, right? I think I'm going to have to put some more medium in this one too. I don't think it's fluid enough. Okay. I definitely need to mix this up a little bit. Because, yeah, it's a little goopy. You can almost see it where it kind of moves the whole chunk of paint around in the paint container. Whoops, and I'm shaking again, sorry. Those little goopy bits like that. Oh, for sure, Debbie. That makes so much sense. Right? It keeps you from being able to come up with an actual plan of what to do. So, like, you sit there and you're like, I know there's stuff to do, but what I need to do first depends on so many things, so many unknowns, right? That's hard. I'm so sorry. I'm anxious for you to get those answers soon. Come on Thursday. And I hope it goes well. I hope it goes exactly the way that you want it to and are hoping it to. You're welcome, Debbie. Mm. So the other option with this one too, right, instead of doing these really large swoops here, I could have done the same size swoops as the other ones, but just done more of them, right? Like just like in the walking dots, I did the 5 rows of walking dots, light, medium, dark, medium, light, light, medium, dark, medium, light. I could have done that with the swoops as well and done them a little bit smaller. There's so much distance to get those swoops to travel, though. I was a little nervous about that kind of idea, but it's always an option. Alternating swoops with walking dots, doing just walking dots. Always have the options. These pointy tools really are the best thing ever. There we go. It's bumpy. I did not do a good job gessoing these canvases, apparently. Apparently 2 coats was not enough. If that ever happens to you, just know that the solution is a very gentle sanding with a very fine sandpaper, and then doing at least 1 more coat of gesso. All right, now we are going to the other side. So let's zoom out. That's where we are at. And now we are going to start on the other side. And hopefully be able to do this without sticking my hand in paint. Now that's where I drew on. I wonder if that's the problem, if when I rubbed the watercolor pencil, might just be, again, just a bad spot, but. Dun, dun, dun. You guys are so sweet, so loving. Mm. Well, that was a little rocky. Okay, there we go. We're getting there. And then we're going to do those little pieces in the middle. And then we'll see what we can fit in the center. Is Patty here? Hi, Patty. Well, shit. It's okay. Uh-oh, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me, sorry. It's good to see ya. Well, to be fair, Patty, it's not like I've had an active schedule for the last little while, so it's left you out of practice for me for a little bit. How's Chloe? Thank you for the bless yous. Thanks, Barb. Holy poop. All right. So now we have the lightest that we need to go for. So the same ones that we used in the center in here. But I need to stir that. Oh, good. It's nice and watery. Excellent. Beautiful. It is ready to go. All right. So that means, let's see what we're going to do. She's on extra fiber, which I don't understand because she shits all over the house. Still give it a week and see. Oh, I hope it works. Yeah, that seems counterintuitive, doesn't it? That went weird shaped. Remember not to panic. Have your pointy tool handy, so anything like this, you can just nip it in the bud. Okay, let's see. Well, I hope it works, Patty. But yeah, it does. It sounds counterintuitive for sure. Personally, I think she's mad at us. She's always with me, but since I've started crafting in the basement. Oh, really? You think this is a bit of a temper tantrum? Will she go if you carry her? Or she doesn't like it down there at all. Oh no. Yeah, it might be. I would take her down, but the cat's food is... Oh, gotcha. Yeah, she's definitely mad at you. Pick up the cat food tomorrow and carry it down to see if she say, yeah, that might work. Worth a shot at least, right? If it can reduce the amount of poop in your house, it might be worth the shot, worth the experiment. All right, let's see if I can do this without... I think I'm going to have to do this in the opposite direction. I'm going to have to do it this way. Because pulling down from the top, I don't trust that I won't get paint all over myself. Or smoosh it all. All right, let's go this way. Do, do, do. I think we're still going to end up adding a lot of detail in here, but all right, let's just keep going. Excuse me. Oops. All right, let's see if I can fix that. Gotta stop touching it and making it worse. Okay. I'm trying to think of what to do in the center of these little areas. We might still try to incorporate those little upside down hearts if I can. If I've got enough room. Okay, couple more, and then we can start to round this off, and we'll start to figure out where we're gonna add whatever is next. Okay, one more. And then we see what's next. So scraggly. My hands are not behaving. And I haven't looked at comments in a minute. Bear with me. I will come back and catch up. I promise. I know I'm behind. Okay. So let's turn you this way. I'm going to have a look at the comments and see what we can do here. It's Chloe. Now watch the cat get mad because I picked up her food. So the dog was shitting all over the house. It turns out because she was lonely, so I moved the cat's food so the dog could come down with me and have cat shits all over the house because they're mad I moved the food. Oh, you might be damned if you do, damned if you don't. I hope that that's just a really bad joke, Patty, on my part. I hope that it doesn't work out that way for you. All right, let's go with... I don't think I actually want to put those upside down hearts again. I think we're just going to go with a dot. And I think we are going to go with a size 8. Okay, so those will dry. We'll do some top dots on those. I'm going to grab the lightest, and we are going to do some walking dots. And those walking dots are going to start here and work their way down to there. All right, so all of these will get Mirage top dots as well. And these inner swoops will get the Mirage top swoops. And then I still want to go over the inner and outer row of walking dots around these petals and add Mirage on that. And then we're going to add something else out here, I think, too. And we might even add something in there to make it really, really big and round. All right, we're getting there. All right, so then the next part, I think what we will do is we're going to do a smaller light one out here. We're going to go here and here and here. And here. Jamie, I'm loving this different color combos. Yes, exactly, right? Yeah, this one's very soft. Soft and calming. That's a great description. Very calm and soft. All right, so we're gonna do one more dot in here. So that was a size 8. I think we're gonna go with a size 6. Right there. And all of these will get some top dots. Of course, once they dry, what is in there? Get out of there. I'm really enjoying this color palette. I find it calming to work with too, which is always a pleasant surprise. All right, we're gonna go back in with the dotting tool one more time, and we're gonna do just one last dot here, here. And then these will all get top dots at a later time, once they've dried and stuff. Da, 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 da. I feel like I made it look square, but I guess it looks kind of square in the center too, doesn't it? It doesn't necessarily look round. Ah, thanks, Lorna. And then once we get the Mirage, more of the Mirage bliss drops on here, that's going to make a difference too. All right. All right, so we'll keep playing with this one. Let's see. Let's see what I can do without getting my hands in paint. I'm hoping that it just makes the inner and the outer rows, I'm going to do it with the inner one too, just feel a little bit brighter. I think there's still a lot left to do with this one once it all dries and I can get in there and really like do a bunch of these kind of details. But I think that it very, very easily could be one of those patterns like you said with any other color combination, and it would look completely different. You know, you do reds, orange, yellows, and purples, and it's gonna look really fiery. You could do pastel colors and just do like something that's actually just a color theme, right? Like just multiple shades of teals or purples. That purple was for you, Tina. Thanks, Vicky. Thanks, Lorna. So good to see you, Vicky. How you doing? You hanging in? So again, it's going to be a really tiny, subtle difference having the bliss drops on there, but you can see a slight difference between the right-hand side and the left-hand side. You're welcome, Tina. But it's amazing how something very subtle like this does make a huge difference. And it doesn't have to be bliss drops either. You could take any kind of like white pearl or champagne pearl metallic. Been listening and watching while you're stamping cards. Oh, very nice. Lovely. Happy to have kept you company. Okay, this is asking for trouble, me stretching my hand like that over it, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put this aside. We're going to wait for this to dry. We're going to add in more detail once it is dry. But I'm going to undo my tape around my paint palette, and I'll show you the other one that is going to be a written pattern. The actual next one is going to be, this is going to be pattern number 2 that I'll be releasing in the next little bit. So don't forget, if you're a member of my Symmetry Seekers tier on Patreon, you will have access to all the written patterns. So this one is going to be pattern number 2. Ooh, come here. Oh, opposite side of the table. And this one's going to be pattern number 1. So this is going to be the first one that we have written up. We'll get that one out soon, and then this one will be the next one. So quick sneak peek at what's coming down the pipes. Plus I'm going to be doing written patterns for all of my workshops as well. So that'll be a couple of big projects, but I like them. They're very, very different. What colors do you think if you're going to do this one, what colors do you think you'll do? And do you think you'll do anything different on, like, different colors on this one? Can't wait till my swooshes look as consistent as yours. Remember though, right? My swoops on either side don't look the same, right? Try one of the biggest things that has made it even easier to do that for me, honestly, has been thinning down the paint for swoops. I think it is absolutely effing genius. When Lay suggested, you know, having two different consistencies mixed for your paints based on whether you're going to do dots or swoops. That has made a huge difference. I find that the paint doesn't fight me as much because when it's so almost like slightly overly watery. See if that helps at all. Thank you. Reds or purples. Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Even reds and purples. You could do like a red to purple color grade. That would be pretty. Thanks, Lorna. Thanks, Tina. Colors on the left one and purple gradients on the right one. Oh yeah, that would be good. Yeah, this one I'm having a harder time picturing different colors in. But you know what I kind of want to do? I kind of want to do one in black and white, and then I could have them sitting side by side and I could have them right up against each other. It'd be kind of neat. And this definitely looks more gray than taupe. When you get up nice and close to it, you can see the brown tints to it. But I think it's coming along nicely so far. This was awesome, you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. I will keep you guys posted. I will put up a live schedule tomorrow evening sometime. Now, for the Patreon members that are here, I had set aside tomorrow. I'd originally moved the inspiration deck to tomorrow night, and then we said we'd use it as a backup. I'm not intending right now to do a live tomorrow evening because we were able to do the inspiration deck one today. I'm going to wait and see how tomorrow goes and then decide if I do one tomorrow night. It will be kind of impromptu, but I'm going to use tomorrow to kind of assess and figure out what's coming. If everything's fine and I think I'll be able to jump on, I will keep you guys posted. But at the very least, tomorrow night before I go to bed, I will post a new schedule for as much time as I can, so that hopefully we can have lots and lots of time to hang out together again real soon. I know it went real fast, didn't it? Both of it today. Tina and I have spent 4 hours together today, and it went by so fast. Thank you, Cara. I hope you have a great night, too. Thanks for coming and hanging out. And I'll look forward to seeing you guys at some point over the next couple of days. I will definitely keep you posted, okay? I love you to bits. Thank you, guys. Thank you for all of the love. I'm sending you guys all lots of love as well. Yes, mwah, lots of love. Big hugs and kisses to you guys. I love you to bits. Please take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves and compassionate with yourselves. Take some breaths. And I will hopefully see you in a couple of days. Mwah, mwah. Be good. Make good choices. Bye. Thank you, guys. I love you. Thank you.